everyone, welcome. I'm Andrea with Yoga for Real People. Today we're going to do a nice hip and shoulder stretch, just really mellow, relaxing, and just kind of enjoy loosening up. Maybe you didn't sleep well, maybe you exercised a lot yesterday, so it's just me relaxing, stretching, 10 minutes focusing on hips and shoulders. So we'll start by inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale all the air out. And I'll be mirroring you, so my right will be your left. So go ahead and take your left foot behind you and find a spot where you feel comfortable, where you can brace yourself. And then inhale your left arm up overhead. Maybe use your right hand to pull on that wrist. Really feel a side stretch here. And then release that. Press all the air out as you exhale, arms down. Bring that left foot back and then we'll switch sides. So this time take your right foot behind you. Find a spot. You can adjust your foot wherever feels comfortable so you can brace yourself. Inhale your right arm up. Stretch to the side. Maybe use your left hand and pull on that right wrist. Release that. Exhale, both arms back down to the side. We're going to come down to our mat. So however you get there, we're going to come onto hands and knees, tabletop pose. So in this pose, you can put a blanket under your knees if you need some padding. Think about having your hips directly over your knees and your shoulders directly over your wrists. And right here, first things first, put more pressure into your fingers and your knuckles than into your wrist itself. So we're not lifting our wrists off the mat. We're just putting more pressure here than back here. Kind of saves your wrists a little bit. Sway your hips side to side. Maybe make big hip circles if that feels good. Play around with it, see what feels good to you. If you're doing circles, reverse direction. And then come back to tabletop pose. We're going to do cat-cow. So press all the air out of your lungs. And on an inhale, dip your tailbone up towards the ceiling and open up across your collarbones. Look forward. Maybe bring your belly down, a little arch in your back towards the ground. On an exhale, arch your back up towards the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone down towards your heels. Tuck your chin and really press up through your shoulder blades. So inhale, tailbone up, collarbones and chest forward. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. And arch your back up towards the ceiling. Do that a few more times on your own breath. So inhale as you open up across your collarbones and look forward. Exhale as you arch up towards the ceiling. And we're going to come into a low lunge. So however you get there, bring one foot forward. You can hold onto that ankle and pull it forward if you'd like to. And then walk that other foot back. Again, you can have a blanket under your knees if that's more comfortable. So you can keep both hands right here. You can come up onto a block, yoga block if you have, or you can take both hands to your thigh. So here what I want you to think about is lifting your collarbones up, your chest up, but at the same time, very gently letting gravity take your hips down. Maybe feel a stretch right here in the front of that back leg. If your shoulders are squished up by your ears, relax your shoulders, bring your shoulder blades down your back. Then bring both hands to the inside of this front leg. Heel toe your foot towards the outside of the mat. And then from here we're going to do some hip swaying back and forth. See how that feels? Sway those hips. If this is not comfortable on your wrists, you can come up onto fists. And then bring, this is my right hand, to the mat and take your left arm up. So the arm that's the same side as that front bent knee, it's going to go up into the air, nice twist. Bring both hands back down, and we're going to take that knee back to the mat. Sway out those hips again for just a minute. And then we're going to bring that opposite foot forward. So maybe you grab onto that ankle and bring it forward. However it gets there is just fine. Maybe use your back toes and walk that leg back a little bit more. So you can stay right here. You can bring your hands up onto some blocks, or you can clasp your fingers and come up to that front thigh. So again, I'll ask you to think about lowering your shoulders down. Open up across your collarbones. Shine your heart forward. And at the same time, gently let gravity take your hips down. Then bring both hands to the mat inside of this front leg. Heel toe, that front foot towards the edge of the mat. And then just go ahead and let your hips sink low. Maybe stretch side to side here. If this bothers wrists, really think about putting more pressure into your fingers than into your wrists themselves. So this time I'm going to bring my left hand under my face and lift my right arm up. So the same arm goes up as the bent front knee. And do a twist. If that's not comfortable, you can always just bring this hand to your hip. Release that, and we're going to bring that front leg back to the mat. We're going to drop into child's pose. So take your knees wide to the edges of your mat, and then you're going to lower your tailbone down towards your heels. Maybe reach your hands out wide in front of you. If that's comfortable, you can always put a block under your forehead. If that doesn't feel good, I like to put my arms in a diamond shape, one hand on top of the other, palms down, and rest my forehead right there. Take a few deep breaths here. Child's pose is a resting pose. It's also a really nice way to stretch your hips out. So take 3 deep breaths here. When you're ready, put your hands onto the mat. We're going to lift up and come to a seated position. So however you get there, I like to swing my legs out to the side. And we'll come into butterfly pose. So knees wide, soles of the feet together. You can always prop up something under your knees, or you can take your feet further in front of you if that's hard. Go ahead and maybe sway side to side a little bit. If you'd like to, you can give yourself a foot rub. Maybe give yourself a little toe rub. And then sit up nice and tall. So we're going to inhale, find length in your spine as you inhale. And then on an exhale, just allow yourself to very gently round forward. You can keep your hands on your feet. You can walk your hands out in front of you. Whatever feels good here. And then maybe dip your chin. Feel some length in the back of your neck. Use your hands to walk yourself back up. We're going to come into a crisscross seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. I like to bring one foot to the inner thigh and then the other foot here. You can also sit just regular cross leg, however you're comfortable. If you need to, you can prop a blanket or a block underneath you and raise yourself up a little bit. That gives a little bit more room for your hips to open up. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep arms up, exhale, press down like you're pushing through molasses. Really slow, exhale. One more inhale, circle arms up. And then as you exhale, drop your right arm down. We're going to do another side stretch like we did at the beginning, standing. Really reach that arm overhead, but keep both of your sit bones rooted into the ground. Then we're going to do 2 big arm circles here. So your upper arm, we're going to bring it across your face, all the way around, all the way back up. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can look up. Otherwise, just keep your gaze forward. One more. Stop right here. We'll inhale, both arms up, and then exhale, drop your left arm down to the ground. Really reach to the side here with that right arm. Again, you can look up if it's comfortable for your neck. If it's not, keep your head in line with your shoulders. 2 big arm sweeps here. So bring that arm across your face, down to the ground, all the way back up, nice and slow. One more. Up at the top, we'll inhale both arms up and back down. We'll do 2 last deep breaths together and then we'll be done. So inhale, circle arms all the way up. Exhale, really slowly press all of the air out. One more huge inhale, as deep as you can. Inhale all the way up. This time, exhale, bring your hands down through your heart center. And thank you for stretching and practicing with me today.